They're going to tell us that, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are dying around the world. And what they want in the end is they want governments to hand over control of that whole segment of their society, like the whole healthcare segment, really, to an international body, namely the World Health Organization. How the news operates these days. The news is just a great big marketing firm for globalism, in my opinion. And I think that this coronavirus thing is a part of it. Why do I say that? How can I be so sure? Haven't I seen the leaked video from China? People will ask me. Yeah, I have, and I happen to know that China is on total internet lockdown. It has been for a long time. So ask yourselves how so many videos got snuck out, got leaked. How did that happen? Do you think? How did some doctor, in the midst of dealing with a viral outbreak, who was sick himself, how did he get around the internet firewalls and get his videos out? It's a good question. Maybe you need a little more convincing, so check this out from 2017. World Bank launches first ever pandemic bonds to support $500 million pandemic emergency financing facility. This is from June 28th, 2017. Bonds for a pandemic. The only reason they would do that is if they thought they were going to be able to make a lot of money off a pandemic sometime in the near future. And voila. Not very long after, not even 2 years after, not even a year and a half after, this all proves very fortuitous for the World Bank. And then there's something called Event 201. Broke this story as far as I know. Johns Hopkins Initiative hopes to better prepare for pandemics. This is from December 11th, 2019. And they talk about a team of experts at the Center for Security at Johns Hopkins University staging an exercise. They dreamed up doomsday scenarios. It says for the most recent exercise called Event 201, which was held in New York City in October, the Center for Health Security partnered with the World Economic Forum and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to engage 15 leaders in business, government, and public health to model response to a worldwide coronavirus pandemic. It's something to take note of. We've got the Treasury bond, or the pandemic bonds from the World Bank, and now we have this exercise focusing on coronavirus, sponsored by all the usual suspects. Bill and Melinda Gates, the World Economic Forum, and more. It included representatives from the UN Foundation, United Nations, the World Bank, China's Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the Central Intelligence Agency, the U.S. Center for Disease Control, and other leaders from travel, banking, pharmaceutical, and healthcare services industries. The United Nations Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There's people from the World Bank, CDC, a couple of CDCs, China's CDC, the United States CDC, PR firms, communications experts, and people who have apparently been involved in disaster planning for decades or more. None of them thought about physician shortages or healthcare provider shortages. None of that didn't come up. As the guy says, I don't see that on your list. Wow. And also missing from the list is any talk of public safety or what to do about civil unrest that could result if this thing gets bad. What kind of experts are these? They're the kind of experts that have an agenda in mind. And that agenda was told to you right off the start by Timothy Evans. And that's to get financing for a world body to oversee the pandemic response. That's what it's all about. They don't really care about people. They just see a giant trough of money that they can always throw out there. They can always throw out some propaganda, some fear videos, clips that they can fake in their back rooms. And they can send out the message to all their subservient mainstream media talking heads. Look, tomorrow we're going to talk about the virus has got a hockey stick graph that it's spreading. It's going to spread to millions of people by a month from now. You notice them all saying the same thing? And by the way, this is a good place to revisit the whole point about the name of the virus changing all of a sudden. Look at a blue check. David Gura. For your information, calling COVID-19 the quote Wuhan virus is racist. Give me a break. They're gonna see everything they don't like. I hope you guys see that this pandemic is brought to you by NBC, Bloomberg, China, the World Economic Forum, the World Bank, United Nations, the CIA, and Bill and Melinda Gates. Event 201. Their pandemic planning exercise that they did in October 2019, that made it out in that article in December 2019, and then boom, it happens in real life.